Hello, beautiful goddesses. Hello and welcome to this week's holistic guidance. And as we wait for everyone to jump on, it has been so very hot around this area lately, and these past few days it's really cold, so I feel a little cold, and I love that this is coming through right now. So as we wait, I'm going to get you just to anchor in this very moment. So we're just going to take a few moments just to start anchoring in right away. So I'm going to want you to rub your hands together, and we're going to start feeling the energy flowing up. So through the roots of your feet, up your legs, up your spine, all the way to the top of your head, and flowing to the tips of your hands, and just allowing that energy to build. And you can play with that energy a little bit if you want, putting in maybe some pink in there, putting in some joy, thinking of something really funny or really fun, and just allowing that to build. And I'm going to want you to put your left hand on your heart, and I'm going to want you to put your right hand on your third eye, so covering your forehead, all right? So let's do that together, just bringing it in like this and like this. Perfect. Let's take a nice big breath. Perfect. Just allowing yourself to anchor in. Go ahead and allow yourself to anchor in this moment, taking a break from what you are doing, knowing that you can get back to it in just one moment, and just really centering yourself and letting go. So if you're jumping on live, say hello so I can hold space for you right here. Hello, Goddess Diane. It's so nice to see you. And if you're catching the replay, let me know that you're catching the replay. So we've already grounded in, and I love starting off that way. So welcome. What we're doing right now is a holistic guidance where I come to you live, and what we want to do is bring forth some help you get soulfully aligned. I'm sorry, I'm having some mouth issues here. Don't you love it when it's live? All these funny things always happen. So helping you get soulfully aligned and blissfully happy. And I'm going to take a sip of my chlorophyll water. See if that helps me get more aligned. Maybe I just needed to make you all laugh a little bit because it's making me laugh. So my mission really is to help you connect with all four pillars, which is your physical health and your mindset health, and really tie it in and help you connect at a deeper level so you can really tap into releasing anything that is emotionally tied, and just allowing that to flow. And we want you to feel the empowerment. We want you to feel the calm, the health, the strength, and feeling really comfortable in your body during the midlife years. So midlife years can be quite broad. We're talking anything from perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, and anything that ties in with that. And today specifically, I really want to talk about emotions that can come up during menopause. And of course, I stretch that word out, right? And specifically, any fear-based emotions that may come up, and what we can do, and physically from where they may stem from, right? So if you're new to me, welcome. My name is Isabelle, and I'm a certified naturopath, a holistic life coach, and a master practitioner of timeline therapy. And what we do when we work together is really determine the root cause. Now this, I'm sharing this with you because I really want you to bring that in and allow that to flow. Symptoms are one thing. Symptoms are your body or your life or your emotions telling you, right, having a chat with you that something is off. But just like putting a Band-Aid on the symptom does not release or heal the root cause. So it is so important to go beyond the symptom. If there's a symptom that is flaring up, of course, we calm the flaring, right? We bring in some soothing, helping modalities to clear that. But we don't stop there. We want to go deeper. We want to go to the root cause so we can take it out, eliminate it, and put something in its place that will be powerful and useful for you wherever you are in your midlife journey, right? Does that make sense? So if right now you are in the middle of menopause, maybe perimenopause, maybe postmenopause, or maybe right in the middle of menopause, you may or may not have noticed some changes, not only in your body, but also in your emotions, right? Some women tell me they will wake up in the middle of the night with heart palpitations and feeling anxious. And some women have shared with me that they feel great sadness. Some women have told me that they feel stressed when there's really no reason to feel stress. And some have felt like there was something holding them back, or that they're like not accomplishing their life's mission or their purpose in life. Now, all these feelings, if they're based in fear, right, can stem from many different root causes, but they show up during the midlife years because, yes, it's partly true that it can be due to hormones, but it can also be due to other things. Now, I'm talking physical things. For example, adrenal fatigue, right? So a lot of people talk about adrenal fatigue, and we're going to address that in a few minutes because I want you to know really what we're talking about and to find out what's resonating. Now, we speak of these things not for you to go down a rabbit hole, but for you to just become conscious that, oh, maybe it's just my body talking to me and I hadn't learned the language yet. Maybe it's just my entire being that needs to heal in this specific way and nothing more. So when we become aware of what's happening, not only in our bodies, but also in our mindset or in our emotions, then it kind of takes out the factor. Okay, everything is normal. Everything's all right. All I need to do is listen to this particular language that my body is sharing or my emotions are sharing and go a bit deeper to the root cause. And yeah, I'm going to feel so much better. So is this making sense? If this makes sense, just type in the comments, yes. I want to know if this makes sense to you. And if you have questions, jot them down. All right. So there may be other reasons besides hormonal changes, adrenal fatigue, that these fear-based emotions are coming to the surface. Perfect. Yes, thank you for that. We want to know that during menopause or the midlife years, the veil between what was decided, what was thought, what was done, or what was not done before, right, will have, and I'm going to use this term very loosely, consequence, right? Action, reaction. Let's use reaction instead. That's like so much lighter. So let's use reaction. during the midlife years, that veil between the action or unaction becomes a very clear reaction. Let me give you an example. So let's say in the younger years, you did a lot of physical labor. Like you worked your butt off and it was trying and it was hard and you lifted stuff and maybe you did it very happily, but it was really, really, really stressful for your body because you put in a lot of work, right? Now, back then, your body was strong, it was fit, it was young, and if you still, because of that, you didn't take time to replenish your body and to rest it, then in these years right now, right, the reaction, you're really feeling it in your body. So that is an example of something that was chosen to do or not done in the past, and now you're feeling it now. Why? Because during the midlife years, the veil becomes thin. Whatever was decided or not decided comes up to be healed now because there's other things that are falling away. Your connection to your inner being deepens, and there are things that want to be brought up to be healed, even physically, especially mindset, and definitely when it comes to emotions. So, just know that these are things that are coming up to be healed. That's why that sometimes around the midlife years, things that we haven't thought of for years come back to the surface. They're not coming back so you jump back into it and, you do all that. They're coming back to the surface so you can absolutely now, with a stronger sense of being, heal what needs to be healed. And whatever is not healed or ignored gets pushed down. And when it gets pushed down, your body's going to let you know, I don't want this. So regardless if you're healing stuff from the ancestral lineage or the soul's lineage, it comes back up to be healed. And sometimes we don't even need to know the details of it. All we want is to allow ourselves to be in the flow, right? Accepting without judgment what is coming up, holding love and appreciation for what had happened to us as a younger being and who we are now, and then releasing it, making room, right? So let's dive a little bit deeper on the hormonal stuff and the adrenal stuff. I also want to address that. Now, what is adrenal fatigue? This ties me back to what I was sharing before. It's just too much. So it can be too much stress, too much work, too much worry, too much anxiety, too much not sleeping, just too much. The adrenal fatigue comes and it's in the words, when there was just too much to do and the adrenals kind of, so something that you may or may not know, when we are in the reproductive stage of our life, our ovaries and our gonads really are in the front, taking everything on and taking care of all that. And as we progress through perimenopause and then into menopause, right, the estrogen and progesterone levels, they lower, and your adrenals take over, right? So these beautiful adrenals that are sitting right there on top of your kidneys, right in the back, okay? You have two of them. They're sitting right there, right there in the back, right? When the gonads kind of say, oh, all right, my job is done, and kind of just slow it down. They don't stop. They just slow it down. The adrenals go, all right, it's my time, and they kick in. Now, if these adrenals are like you can't see my muscles, but pretend you can. If they're strong, it goes really well, and the symptoms are minimal, yeah. But if the adrenals are already fatigued and drained, can you imagine slapping on some more work on them? How they're kind of just falling behind? And if they're not able to keep up with their before job, and now we're putting on an extra job on there, can you imagine what they have to offer you? So what they're offering is symptoms. So because the veil is thin, and these things would come up anyways, but because the adrenals are like, it becomes more difficult for them to give you or to support your body and your emotions and your mindset the way it needs to be supported. Is this making sense? Now, when the estrogen level and progesterone, but mostly estrogen level, lowers, some symptoms can kick in. Thank you for those hearts. I'm very happy that it's making sense. There are symptoms like fatigue, sleep disturbance, brain fog, weight gain, sometimes allergies, sometimes autoimmune that was like right there below the surface that kind of pops up. All sorts of weird stuff happens, and the emotional trauma that was not healed or that was pushed down now kind of doesn't have that buffer anymore, so it comes to the surface. So what do we do? So what do we do with all that, right? Are you asking that? Do you want to know what we do with all that? Of course, when we work one-on-one or even in a group program, we're going to find out specifically what your symptoms are, but we go to the root cause, right? Specifically for you, what that physical or emotional trauma was, so we can bring support to eliminate that cause. If we eliminate, like we take it right out, if we eliminate that cause, these symptoms, they dissipate, they go away. They don't have a choice to go away because the root that was supporting these symptoms are gone. Now, even if we're not working one-on-one or in a group setting, there are still a few things that you can do. Now, if you are in perimenopause, and don't be fooled, perimenopause can start really early for some women. So perimenopause is that period of time before, normally it should be like a year or a few years before menopause starts. But sometimes it can stretch out way before then. Some women have been known to have symptoms or a few symptoms like 10, 15 years before the onset of menopause, right? And menopause is once you've been at least 1 year without any menstruations. So that's how it works. And after that is post-menopause. Now, let's say you are in the perimenopause. You don't really know when you're going to get menopause, but you know if you're in perimenopause when you're getting symptoms that feel crappy, right? Sometimes you go, what is it that I was wanting to do, right? A little bit of brain fog. Sometimes it'll be emotional, and it can feel a little bit like PMS, but it's different. It's not like clockwork, right? It just kind of pops up and you're wondering, oh my goodness, what's happening? Sometimes it'll manifest itself physically. So sleep disturbances, allergies, autoimmune disease, things like that. So you want to look at it also. So during perimenopause, we want to rebuild the adrenals and nurture. Two different things. We want to heal the trauma, right? So you want to do some healing modalities to release whatever was in the ancestral lineage or your soul's lineage, just to kind of release all that. And we want to put a powerful plan in place. So when you do reach menopause, your adrenals are going to be strong. Is this making sense? Let me see some hearts and some thumbs ups if this is making sense to you. Now that is during perimenopause. But if you're saying to me, thank you. If you're saying to me, perimenopause has come and has gone, I'm in menopause or postmenopause, what can I do? Okay, so what you want to do is you can't go back in time. You want to greet yourself where you are now. The very most important thing for you to do now is go with the flow. I know how that sounds. It sounds really trivial, but it is so very important. It means to, if you need to step back from a situation, take a step back and breathe. If you need to learn to meditate, if you need to watch a funny movie to get you giggling, the very first thing that you want to do is unplug from any stress or anxiety. Not push yourself, not look for it, but just allow yourself to calm down. Even if it's for 3 seconds, it'll gradually go to 6, and then it'll go to 15, and then it'll go to a minute, and then you just go forward with that. The second thing you're going to want to do is nurture your adrenals. Just like anything else, right? If you have a garden, there are things that you give to medicinal plants and things that you give to your tomatoes and things that you are going to give to the carrots and radishes, and right, there's something different for every plant in your garden. Same thing for the glands in your body. Now the adrenals need to be nurtured with specific things so they start building up strength once again, right? You can't go back in the past, but you can keep them healthy right now. You're also going to want to heal traumas. So anything that is coming up, you're going to want to address it in a beautiful manner. I am so against painful healing modalities, right? Healing and pain, they don't go together. They're opposites. So yes, it is normal maybe to cry and to release, but coming from a place of empowerment, of release, of high vibe, of love, of kindness, of understanding. So whatever way, whatever healing modalities that you choose, you want them to feel good. If one is not feeling good to you, if it feels like it's bringing you downwards, that is not a good healing modality, at least not for that specific trauma. And you are also going to want to put a plan in place, something easy for you to follow. So anytime that you put a new plan in place, you want to put it in place just like if you were buying something beautiful. Let's say I'm going to talk about a crystal, right? I don't have one here, they're over there, but let me use my salt lamp. Okay, so let's just pretend it's a beautiful crystal, right? So if I buy this, it's beautiful, I add it to my decor, it's right there, it's not difficult, right? It just blends in to my lifestyle, to whatever's around. Now, when you have a healing plan, it has to do the same thing. It has to be easy for you to add it to your lifestyle. If it's hard, it won't stick. So it's not worth it. Now, to make it easy, you want to have a plan that is progressive. So one little thing at a time, and another, and it gets to be easy because they fit, right? They fit with you and your lifestyle. So during menopause and postmenopause, you nurture those beautiful adrenals. You heal any trauma that comes up. You don't go looking for it. when it comes up, you have some stuff in place. And when you've done that, or as you're doing that, you also want to have a plan in place. And a plan, I'm talking about an eating plan, so your body feels supported. And when you look in the mirror, you go, yeah, I still got it, right? You want to have a plan in place for your mind, so your mind stays strong, stays active, stays clear, stays focused. You want to have a plan in place for your heart, so you're feeling compassion and love and kindness for yourself and for those around you. And you want to deepen your soul connection, so you know that no matter how old you are or how young you are, that you're making a difference in this world, that you have a purpose. And all this tied together will help support you during the midlife years. So very important. So wherever you are in your journey, I truly encourage you to heal your body and to support your heart and your adrenals, of course, and allow yourself to get in the flow so you can connect with joy, right? Joy is like so yummy-licious. We want to make sure that you connect with joy regularly. All right, so let me know how this resonates for you. I hope this has been powerful. Of course, during these holistic guidances, we don't have time to go deep into details, but if you want details, you can absolutely reach out. Some of you already know some stuff, so apply them. And if you're like, yeah, I need some adrenal healing, I need a plan, I need a little bit more in-depth stuff, you can absolutely reach out to me. And I want to remind you, this is my birthday month, so I have a special on the Rise Consult, and I've made it so you can find some healing in the Akashic field and some oracle guidance, and we're going to get you a specific plan so we can take you out of pain and confusion and anxiety and anything that you need help on, and help bring in calmness and inspiration and empowerment and well-being, not only physically, but within your body as well, and with your mindset and with your emotions. So if this is sounding good, make sure that you reach out. I'll put the link up on top. So if you're catching the replay, the link is already there. Once I'm done, I'll put it on top. You can book right away if you want, or reach out to me if you have any questions. And this is on till the end of the month, so take advantage of it. It's a really powerful thing. And if you have any questions, jot them in the comments. I'll circle back, and I'm going to continue to hold space with love and kindness. Thank you so much for joining in. Mwah. I'm so happy that you're enjoying this. Good. Wonderful. And I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.